Hey, good evening, everybody. It's been a while. I've been taking care of some family business. I had spring break. I had to get a haircut because my hair was getting a little too fucking Matt Gatesy. To my dozens and dozens of YouTube fans, welcome back. For anybody that may have stumbled across this channel, please like and subscribe. Leave comments below. So this video here, first off, let me give you a disclaimer. I'm going to use a little profanity, so this is going to be a trigger warning. So if that offends your sensibilities, now would be a good time to turn this off. I'm a big fan of the Joe Rogan podcast. I have been for a long time, and occasionally, he has some guests on that say some stuff that makes you think and is a little bit out of pocket, sometimes. And, sometimes it's really funny, sometimes it gets really serious. But I think it was this past week, he had Texas Representative Dan Crenshaw on. And if you don't know who he is, he's the representative from Texas with the eye patch. Now, I'm not going to make fun of that because he did lose that eye in service to this country. So for that, I do thank you for your service as somebody whose family has served in the U.S. military since I believe the Civil War. I have a great respect for that. So I'm not going to make fun of that. And he also had surgery on his other eye. So we're speedy recovery to you. But to that extent, that's where the niceties are going to end, because you fucking ass clown, in the interview, or however you want to call that, whatever the structure is you want to call it, you said that there are benefits to suffering. Now, from a philosophical standpoint, yes, we all do better when there's some adversity. For example, if there's a goal, like my goal in life is try to lose weight, and it's an uphill battle. You struggle and you start to see the scale move, and that makes you feel better, and you conquered something. It might be a flaw, it might be coming up with a new skill, it may be getting the job you really wanted. Having some adversity in life, yes, does make life a little bit better. It's good to have a challenge. Where I want to smack the shit out of you is, and I don't mean this as a threat. I'm sorry for saying that. Actually, I'm not sorry for saying that, but you frustrated the hell out of me because you made the equation that the financial struggles of about 80 to 90% of Americans were somehow character building. Dude, your head is so far up your ass, if you farted, you'd give yourself a concussion. Pre-COVID, 80% of Americans were living paycheck to paycheck. Millions of Americans were out of insurance. And you want to sit there with some Republican ideology that somehow these things, those struggles make you stronger. My dude, you're a fucking pair of clown shoes. You really are. There's no dignity. There is no self-betterment by that much of suffering. People shouldn't have to choose between food, rent, or medication in some cases. You also went on to say that the COVID checks were such a bad idea. And this is where I depart wholeheartedly from the Republican Party. Because when it came time to bail out major companies like the cruise line industry, which, by the way, I don't know if you know this, maybe you don't have good Wi-Fi in Texas, so Lord knows your energy grid kind of sucks. You could research this, but a lot of the cruise lines, they purposely tried to list themselves as not being American companies to avoid paying American taxes, but yet they received hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars in aid. You said that the checks were a bad idea because, God forbid, Americans get a little bit of money to get ahead. Now, by the way, the COVID checks that you folks so graciously came up with, I think if you do the math, it's something like less than $10 a day if you break it down. And this is the problem with Republicans. And I've said this before, when it comes to bombs and bullets, we got money for days, but when it comes for books and bandages, we come up a dollar late and a day short. You folks, the amount of time and energy you do sucking up to corporate America and your rich buddies, it's not even shameful at this point. It's almost comical because you sit there as if it doesn't happen on a regular basis. You said that cash payments were a bad idea. Well, what else did you want people to do? Just from the fact that you guys wanted to means test things. You said government isn't there to fix your problems. Then, well, my question is, then what the hell did you get involved in government for? You're there to be a representative of the people. It's a representative government. I don't know if they covered this in civics class when you were in school, but you're part of a representative government, which means you're there to represent. I believe you're the second congressional district of Texas, Northern Texas, something like that. I don't know, but you're there to represent the needs of the people. Now, as far as you said the government's money. The government doesn't generate money. If the government, let's say hypothetically, nationalized the oil fields and use those profits to pay for things, then the government would have money. But the government only gets money through taxes. So in theory, actually in reality, it's my money. So if the government wants to give me back my money, it's not some big charitable, oh my God, you're reaching into your own pocket. You certainly didn't reach into your pocket to give out any money. The money that we received was our money. And most of us use that to get ahead on a couple of bills. Now, some people are in a better financial position than others, so maybe they took that money. Maybe there was a special project that they want to do. My wife and I, we received our check. We had our kitchen redone because we were one of those fortunate people. Majority of Americans who lost their ability to gain income, $1,000 or $1,200, $1,400 over the course of a year, really it's only been about $3,000, is nothing. But yet you sat there as if it was this whole, unbelievable, I can't believe that we gave money to people. Folks, here's the thing. As I said before, 80% of Americans were living paycheck to paycheck, including federal employees. You sat there and said that, friends of yours in the military thought this was a tremendous waste of money. Bro, you want to go down that road? You want to go down the road about what's a tremendous waste of money? Look at the wars that we got going on. Look at the Pentagon budget. The fact that, the F-35 airplane, $1 trillion, and the goddamn thing doesn't even work, and you somehow think that giving money to the people that the government took the money from is a waste of money? Dude, you clearly, I said I wasn't going to make fun of the guy, but I'm leaning towards an eye joke, but I'm not going to do that. The type of suffering that goes on in this country isn't due to a lack of motivation, a lack of intrinsic wanting to succeed. There's a meme that's been going around. Men in denim built this country. Men in suits destroyed it. That's the suffering that people are going through. People are having to choose to pay making the choice to pay for groceries, for medication, for school. Go look at the numbers, and then you tell me what's a waste of money.